So I started this channel back in May with a review for Journey's then newest single, You Got the Best of Me. That was the second single from their upcoming album, Freedom. Let's go back to the first single, which came out last year, June 2021. Welcome back to Pixel Positive Music, where we have fun just talking about music. Right now, we're covering Journey, but we cover all kinds of music on this channel. So if you haven't, hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of the awesome content that we've got planned. So let's get to it. The Way We Used to Be was such a shocking track for me, not because of the content of the track, not because of the music or the vocals. It was the fact that the track existed. It was Journey's first track in 10 years. Just for some context here, I'm 26 years old. So I was in high school when Eclipse came out. That was Journey's last album, 2011. That was around the time when I really started getting into Journey, like hardcore, getting into the band. So I've never experienced new Journey music other than when I first discovered their back catalog. The Way We Used to Be was such an exciting moment for me because I'm like, oh my gosh, I finally get to listen to new Journey music. Like, this is incredible. These guys are actually releasing new music. Neil's a bit of a talker. Neil Schon, Journey's guitarist, and only constant member. He's a bit of a talker, and he's been talking about new music for a long time. Back in 2020, after the band parted ways with longtime bassist Ross Valerie and Steve Smith, Neil made a big deal when the band hired Randy Jackson back to the band from Raised on Radio. And he had been in the band since 1987, very long time. And Narada Michael Walden, who is an incredible drummer, someone Neil has worked with a lot. So these guys joined the band, and Neil promised, well, we were going to get new music. They were working on an album, so many tracks. We finally got The Way We Used to Be back in June of 2021. It was the first track from Freedom. Freedom was not named at the time. We just knew it was the first single from the new album. The Way We Used to Be is a very middling track. The first time I heard it, I did not like it. And I'm usually pretty lax with music. I don't want to say lax, but I like to give music a shot. I'm a firm believer you can't just listen to music one time. Yeah, let's do it a few times. Let it kind of digest. I did not like The Way We Used to Be, like, at all. The first, 5 times I heard it. And it was one of those tracks where I sat and I had to keep listening to it. Because I'm like, I'm going to like this track. Like, I love Journey, and I like certain things from the track. I really liked Neil's guitar work is very good in this track. The keys from Jonathan Cain are good, but they just weren't heavy enough. They weren't present enough. And I didn't really get anything from Randy Jackson or Narada Michael Walden. They weren't very prominent. So the song, I mean, you guys have probably heard the song by now, but it starts off with those keys, like the piano riff from Jonathan Cain, and then it goes away. And we get guitars. We get like a nice Steve Perry style yell from Arnell, and then he kind of transitions immediately to just singing in his own way, which I like that. I don't mind that. I think it's actually a pro. Something I like about the music we've gotten from Freedom so far is that Arnell is just being Arnell. I know some fans will say, oh, Journey isn't Journey without Steve Perry. And yeah, it's a different band. I mean, it's the same band, but they're different. They're not going to sound the same way they did 40 years ago, and that's fine. I'm just excited they're making new music at all. So I didn't have a problem that Arnell was singing in his own style. I like it a lot. It's a pretty simple lyric refrain. You know, just will we ever get back to the way we were living it, to the way we were loving it, back to the way we used to be, or some form of that. And I thought the lyrics worked. The song came out in a time where I think a lot of us really wanted things to go back to a certain way. So I get that. It kind of fit really well. And I think it also is a double meaning because it also can apply to the band wanting to um, reach those heights, the fame, which they obviously never will put out music, I don't think, on the caliber of their hits from the 80s, their amazing albums from the 80s. But, you know, so I think it's kind of a double meaning. So the song it just kind of chugs along. It chugs along pretty slowly. Gets simple, pretty simple drums, pretty simple bass, um, very skeletal like keyboard work. It's not very prominent. This is a guitar-driven Neil Schon track. Um, so yeah, it didn't leave a strong first impression. That's okay. The track has grown on me a lot. It's not my favorite track from the new album so far. That kind of my favorite track from the album kind of alternates between "You Got the Best of Me" or "Don't Give Up on Us," so it kind of goes back and forth. But this one is kind of, I think I put it above "Let It Rain," so it's it's good. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's a good track. Something I will point out is I think the production on this one was really good. The vocals are clear. You can understand what Arnell is saying. You can understand the chorus. You can hear the guitars. You can hear the instruments well. The production kind of suffered more on the other tracks. So I do wonder, this one, since it came out so much earlier than the other tracks, like almost a full year, I wonder if this one was recorded at a different time. And maybe, we don't know any album credits yet since we don't have the album yet, so I don't know if it's the same producer or not, but the production on this one is good. Production on the other ones is not so good. It's not terrible on, like, Don't Give Up on Us, but You Got the Best of Me and Let It Rain, the production's kind of iffy. So, I mean, yeah, what do you guys, or rather, what did you guys think of The Way We Used to Be? I know, from what I've seen in the comments on the You Got the Best of Me video, a lot of you guys kind of are on the same boat. Like, maybe you don't hate the song, but it wasn't a super strong song for you. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you haven't checked out my other videos on the Freedom tracks, You Got the Best of Me, Let It Rain, Don't Give Up on Us, definitely go check those out. I will have a video up soon on Journey's new single, United We Stand, that's dropping on July 4th. And then, if you haven't checked out the History of Journey series, we are currently 9 albums in, so I've got all those up. I'm going to finish that series before Friday, July 8th, and then we will have a review. We'll cap it off with a review of Freedom, Journey's upcoming album. So definitely hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Like I said, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you guys on the next video.